Hello, and welcome to Great Sleep. Get ready to listen and relax. Today I'm going to tell you the story of Christmas Eve in a cozy candy store. The town of Sugarville was a picturesque winter wonderland, blanketed in a thick layer of pristine white snow. The streets were lined with twinkling lights and festive decorations, casting a warm glow on the snow-covered sidewalks. The air was filled with the scent of freshly baked cookies and the sound of laughter as families and friends gathered to celebrate the holiday season. In the heart of Sugarville stood Sugar Rush, the town's most beloved candy store. Its windows were adorned with colorful displays of sugary treats, enticing passers-by to step inside and indulge in their sweetest fantasies. The store was bustling with customers, eagerly selecting their favorite candies and savoring the joy that only the holiday season could bring. Inside Sugar Rush, the atmosphere was filled with excitement and anticipation. The walls were adorned with shimmering garlands and sparkling ornaments, while the ceiling was draped with twinkling lights. A massive Christmas tree stood tall in one corner, decorated with candy canes, popcorn strings, and handmade ornaments. The centerpiece of the store was a grand display of unique candy creations. There were towering chocolate sculptures, intricate sugar figurines, and lollipop trees that seemed to defy gravity. The townspeople marveled at the artistry and creativity that went into each piece, feeling as though they had stepped into a magical candy wonderland. At the center of Sugar Rush was its owner, Emily Thompson. With her warm smile and twinkling eyes, she was a ray of sunshine on even the coldest winter day. Emily had always been passionate about creating delicious candies that brought smiles to people's faces. She had inherited Sugar Rush from her parents and had dedicated herself to making it a special place for the townspeople. Emily's love for Christmas was infectious. She believed that the holiday season was a time for spreading joy and happiness, and she wanted to do just that through her candies. She spent countless hours experimenting with new recipes and perfecting her creations, ensuring that each candy she made was a little piece of magic. As Christmas approached, the anticipation in Sugarville grew stronger with each passing day. The townspeople eagerly prepared for their favorite holiday, exchanging stories of their cherished traditions. The aroma of freshly baked gingerbread cookies filled the air, and children could be heard excitedly discussing their wish lists for Santa Claus. Sugar Rush played an integral role in adding to the festive atmosphere of Sugarville. It was a place where families gathered to pick out their favorite holiday treats, creating lasting memories. The townspeople knew that they could count on Emily to provide them with the most delicious candies, made with love and care. Inside Sugar Rush, Emily Thompson stood behind the counter, a warm smile on her face as she greeted each customer that walked through the door. Her eyes sparkled with excitement as she watched families and friends gather around the displays, their faces filled with wonder and anticipation. One cold winter afternoon, a young girl named Lily entered Sugar Rush with a look of wonder in her eyes. She had never seen so many candies in one place before. Emily noticed Lily's curiosity and approached her with a warm smile. "Hello, dear. Are you enjoying your visit to Sugar Rush?" she asked. Lily nodded shyly, her eyes wide with excitement. "Yes, ma'am. There are so many candies to choose from. I don't know where to start." Emily chuckled softly. "Well, how about we start with something special just for you? What's your favorite candy?" Lily's face lit up as she exclaimed, "I love gummy bears." Emily led Lily over to a colorful display of gummy bears in all different flavors and sizes. "Here you go, Lily. Take your pick," she said, gesturing to the array of gummy bears in front of them. Lily's eyes widened as she carefully selected a handful of gummy bears, her smile growing wider with each one she picked. "Thank you so much, Emily. These are going to be the best gummy bears ever." Emily smiled warmly at Lily. "You're very welcome, Lily. I'm so glad I could make your day a little sweeter. Enjoy." Lily skipped away happily, clutching her bag of gummy bears tightly. Emily watched her go, her heart filled with joy. Moments like these were why she loved what she did. Making people happy through her candies was the greatest reward she could ask for. As Christmas Eve drew nearer, the excitement in Sugarville continued to build. The townspeople eagerly prepared for their favorite holiday, exchanging stories of their cherished traditions and sharing their excitement with one another. In the Thompson household, Emily's preparations for Christmas were in full swing. She spent hours in her candy kitchen, mixing and measuring ingredients, experimenting with new flavors and designs. The air was filled with the sweet aroma of chocolate, caramel, and peppermint as Emily worked tirelessly to create the perfect holiday treats. One evening, as Emily meticulously crafted a batch of peppermint bark, she couldn't help but reflect on the joy that her candies brought to people's lives. She knew that the simple act of indulging in a sweet treat could bring a smile to someone's face and brighten their day. And during the holiday season, that joy was multiplied tenfold. As she carefully poured the melted chocolate onto a baking sheet and sprinkled it with crushed candy canes, Emily's mind wandered to the surprise she had planned for Christmas Eve. She wanted to create a magical moment that would be remembered for years to come. With a twinkle in her eye, Emily began to meticulously plan every detail of her surprise. She wanted to ensure that everything went smoothly and that the young girl she had in mind would be left with a memory she would cherish forever. The days flew by, and Sugar Rush remained a hub of activity and excitement. Emily greeted each customer with a warm smile, taking the time to chat and recommend their favorite treats. The townspeople couldn't help but be drawn to her infectious enthusiasm for the holiday season. They knew that Sugar Rush was more than just a candy store. It was a place where memories were made and joy was shared. One chilly afternoon, an elderly couple entered Sugar Rush, their faces filled with weariness. They approached the counter, and Emily immediately noticed the tiredness in their eyes. "Good afternoon. How can I help you today?" she asked, her voice filled with genuine concern. The couple exchanged a glance before the man spoke up. "We've been searching for a specific candy that my wife used to love as a child. It's called ribbon candy, but we haven't been able to find it anywhere." Emily's eyes lit up with understanding. "I think I might have just what you're looking for. Give me a moment." She disappeared into the back room and returned a few minutes later, holding a small box filled with delicate, colorful ribbon candies. The couple's eyes widened with surprise and joy as Emily handed them the box. "Is this what you were looking for?" she asked, her smile growing wider. Tears welled up in the woman's eyes as she reached out to take the box. Yes it is. Thank you so much, young lady. You have no idea how much this means to us." Emily's heart swelled with happiness as she watched the couple leave, their faces filled with gratitude. Moments like these reminded her of the power of a simple act of kindness. She knew that even the smallest gesture could make a world of difference in someone's life. Inside Sugar Rush, the holiday spirit was brought to life through enchanting decorations. The walls were adorned with shimmering garlands and sparkling ornaments, while the ceiling was draped with twinkling lights. A massive Christmas tree stood tall in one corner, decorated with candy canes, popcorn strings, and handmade ornaments. The centerpiece of the store was a grand display of unique candy creations. There were towering chocolate sculptures, intricate sugar figurines, and lollipop trees that seemed to defy gravity. The townspeople marveled at the artistry and creativity that went into each piece, feeling as though they had stepped into a magical candy wonderland. Emily took great pride in creating these elaborate displays. She spent hours meticulously crafting each piece, ensuring that every detail was perfect. Her love for Christmas shone through in every decoration she made, and she couldn't wait to share them with the townspeople. One evening, as Emily carefully placed a delicate sugar snowflake on top of the Christmas tree, she couldn't help but feel a sense of awe. The twinkling lights reflected off the sugar crystals, creating a mesmerizing glow. It was moments like these that made all the hard work and long hours worth it. She knew that these decorations would bring joy to the hearts of those who visited Sugar Rush, creating memories that would last a lifetime. As the days flew by, Emily's dedication to making this Christmas unforgettable for her customers only grew stronger. She spent countless hours in her candy kitchen, experimenting with new flavors and designs. Her passion for her work shone through in every candy she created, and she couldn't wait to share her creations with the townspeople. One chilly morning, Emily woke up before dawn to start her day. She knew that she had a long list of orders to fulfill, and she wanted to ensure that each candy was made with love and care. As she mixed and measured ingredients, her mind wandered to the surprise she had planned for Christmas Eve. She couldn't help but feel a sense of excitement as she imagined the joy it would bring to the young girl she had in mind. As the hours passed, Emily's candy kitchen was filled with the sweet aroma of caramel, chocolate, and peppermint. She meticulously crafted each candy, ensuring that every piece was perfect. The process was time-consuming and required great attention to detail, but Emily didn't mind. Making people happy through her candies was what fueled her passion. Late into the night, as Emily packaged the last batch of candies, she couldn't help but feel a deep sense of satisfaction. The candies were ready to be shared with the townspeople, bringing smiles to their faces and spreading the joy of the holiday season. She knew that all her hard work had been worth it, and she couldn't wait to see the delight on everyone's faces. As Christmas Eve drew nearer, the excitement at Sugar Rush reached a fever pitch. The store was filled with customers, their eyes filled with wonder as they perused the displays of delicious treats. The air was filled with laughter and chatter as friends and families gathered to indulge in their sweet cravings. Emily stood behind the counter, a warm smile on her face as she greeted each customer that walked through the door. Her eyes sparkled with excitement as she watched families and friends gather around the displays, their faces filled with wonder and anticipation. One by one, customers approached Emily, seeking her advice on which candies to choose. She listened attentively to their preferences, recommending flavors and combinations that she knew they would love. The townspeople trusted her expertise and knew that they could count on her to provide them with the most delicious candies, made with love and care. As the day went on, the excitement in Sugar Rush continued to build. The shelves were quickly emptied as customers eagerly filled their baskets with their favorite treats. the air was filled with laughter and the sound of wrappers being torn open as people indulged in their sweet cravings. Emily couldn't help but feel a sense of pride as she watched her customers leave, their faces filled with joy. She knew that she had played a small part in making their Christmas Eve a little sweeter, and that thought brought warmth to her heart. One evening, as Emily sat in her cozy office above Sugar Rush, she brainstormed ideas to surprise her customers on Christmas Eve. She wanted to create a magical moment that would be remembered for years to come. Suddenly, inspiration struck her like a bolt of lightning. "I know just what I'll do," Emily whispered to herself. "I'll create a special candy that will bring joy to a young girl's heart." With a twinkle in her eye, Emily began to meticulously plan every detail of her surprise. She wanted to ensure that everything went smoothly and that the young girl would be left with a memory she would cherish forever. The next morning, Emily woke up early and headed straight to her candy kitchen. She carefully measured out ingredients and mixed them together, creating a new candy unlike anything she had made before. The kitchen was filled with the sweet aroma of chocolate and caramel as she worked tirelessly to perfect her creation. As the hours passed, Emily's excitement grew. She knew that this surprise would bring so much joy to the young girl she had in mind. She carefully packaged each candy, making sure that they were beautifully presented and ready to be shared. Christmas Eve arrived, and the air was filled with anticipation. Sugar Rush was abuzz with customers, their excitement palpable. The shelves were stocked with an array of delicious treats, and the aroma of freshly baked cookies filled the air. Emily stood behind the counter, a mischievous smile playing on her lips as she watched the clock tick closer to the surprise she had planned. She couldn't help but feel a sense of excitement as she thought about the joy it would bring. Just as the clock struck 5 o'clock, a young girl named Sarah entered Sugar Rush with her parents. Sarah's eyes widened as she took in the magical decorations and the tantalizing array of candies. Emily approached them with a warm smile. "Welcome to Sugar Rush. Is there anything I can help you find?" Emily asked, her eyes twinkling with excitement. Sarah looked up at Emily with wide eyes. "Do you have any candy canes?" Emily's smile grew wider as she nodded. "Of course we do. Follow me." She led Sarah and her parents to a display of candy canes in all different flavors and sizes. Sarah's eyes lit up as she carefully selected a candy cane with red and white stripes. She held it up to her parents, her face filled with joy. "Can I have this one, Mom? It's so pretty," she exclaimed. Her parents smiled and nodded. Of course, sweetheart. It's Christmas Eve, after all. Emily watched the exchange with a warm heart. She knew that this was the perfect moment to surprise Sarah with her special candy. She reached under the counter and pulled out a small box tied with a red ribbon. "Sarah," Emily said, her voice filled with excitement, "I have something special just for you." Sarah's eyes widened as Emily handed her the box. "What is it?" she asked, her voice filled with anticipation. "Open it and see," Emily replied, her smile growing wider. Sarah carefully untied the ribbon and lifted the lid of the box. Inside, she found a collection of beautifully wrapped candies, each one more colorful and vibrant than the last. Her eyes sparkled with delight as she looked up at Emily. "Wow! Are these all for me?" she asked, her voice filled with wonder. Emily nodded, her eyes shining with joy. "Yes, Sarah. These candies were made just for you. I hope they bring you as much happiness as you bring to others." Sarah's parents looked on, their faces filled with gratitude. They knew that this act of kindness would be a memory that Sarah would cherish for years to come. Emily's surprised gesture didn't go unnoticed by the townspeople. As they witnessed the joy and gratitude expressed by Sarah and her family, they couldn't help but be inspired to spread kindness themselves. The acts of generosity from Emily had a ripple effect on the community, igniting a spirit of giving and compassion. Throughout Sugarville, people started paying it forward, surprising strangers with small acts of kindness. Some anonymously paid for someone else's groceries, while others left heartfelt notes of encouragement in public places. The town was transformed into a place filled with love, warmth, and holiday spirit. Emily watched with awe as the townspeople embraced this spirit of kindness. She knew that she had played a small part in igniting this change, and it filled her heart with joy. She saw families helping each other decorate their homes, neighbors sharing homemade treats, and strangers offering a helping hand to those in need. The acts of kindness continued to spread like wildfire throughout Sugarville. The townspeople found joy in brightening each other's days, whether it was through a simple smile, a helping hand, or a thoughtful gesture. The once sleepy town was now alive with the spirit of Christmas, and the residents couldn't have been happier. The days leading up to Christmas were filled with excitement and joy in Sugarville. The streets were adorned with wreaths and twinkling lights, and the air was filled with laughter and the sound of carols. Families gathered around tables laden with delicious food, their hearts full of gratitude and love. At Sugar Rush, Emily stood behind the counter, a smile playing on her lips as she watched the townspeople come together to celebrate. She couldn't help but feel a sense of pride and fulfillment as she reflected on the journey that had led them all here. The power of kindness and spreading joy had transformed Sugarville into a place where dreams came true. As the day drew to a close, Emily locked the doors of Sugar Rush, knowing that she had played a small part in creating a magical Christmas for her beloved town. She took a moment to soak in the beauty of the snow-covered streets, the twinkling lights, and the laughter that echoed through the air. In that moment, Emily knew that the magic and joy of Christmas would forever be etched in the hearts of the people of Sugarville. And as she turned to walk away, she couldn't help but feel a deep sense of gratitude for the role she had played in bringing that magic to life.